Hello there, World of Tankers, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Droodles Blitz, and in today's video, I will be playing in the Tier 10 Soviet Tech Tree Heavy, the IS-4, a vehicle which was massively buffed in the latest update of the game, and it is going to allow the vehicle to be quite a solid performer. What actually got buffed on the IS-4? Well, first of all, its mobility went up 2 more kilometers per hour, from 42 to 44, and that very nicely pairs into the super speed boost this vehicle features, allowing it to actually achieve a top speed of 46 when activated. Not only did the IS-4 get a big mobility buff, it also got a power to weight increase and more BPM with a 10mm buff to its upper plate. Yeah, basically the IS-4 got buff, and no nerfs. This is going to allow the IS-4 to finally be a confident and capable vehicle on the battlefield. Previously, it wasn't bad, but it definitely was not good. You would not drive an IS-4 for fun. You would drive it because, I don't know, you're weird. So now that the buffs have actually come onto the vehicle and it has a little bit more upper plate armor, meaning you will get some more bounces. Now that the gun has more DPM, 2800 even with calibrated shells activated. Now that it has more mobility, it actually feels like a proper tank. And honestly, it's a really fun vehicle. It kind of reminds me of the T10 on World of Tanks PC, which sacrifices armor for mobility. And that is what the IS-4 features now. While I do like the fact the 5A can reach a 45km/h top speed, this tank can achieve that same top speed, but much faster due to the power to weight ratio it features. And you're going to see that in this gameplay today. The IS-4 is way faster than you would expect it to be. So we're going to activate our speed boost, and look at the speed. We're already up to 30, 40km/h, 42, 44. I mean, this thing is quick. It is very quick for a heavily armored vehicle. Well, I wouldn't say heavily armored, but it's definitely an armored tank. And the fact that you have this level of mobility on it is really, really nice. Now, if I do miss some shots that I normally wouldn't have, it's because I'm playing on the Steam edition of the game, and I normally play in Windows edition, which has mouse deceleration. What that means is when you are aiming in on somebody, your mouse slowly decelerates as you stop aiming in on them. That is not the case for when you play on the Steam client. And the reason that sucks is because I'm used to the Windows edition. So if I miss some goofy shots where I like over-aim, then you know why. So we have a 9.1 second reload, which actually means that we are able to, let's hope we could get a shell into you. I hate the way that this map has these stupid fences in the way here. They are so cringe because they block my shells from going where I need them to. But now that we've actually managed to destroy the fence, we can aim in. Unfortunately, my shell went just a tad too high and bounced off the upper plate of the IS-4. Okay, well, let's reload again. And what do we have going on? Well, I'm spotted. We have the 183, and we get a nice shell. Yes, there you go. We were able to angle it and get a bounce. Not sure exactly what that E100's plan is, but didn't go according to what he thought was going to happen. All right, well, we should be unspotted at this point. And let's see, we got the E3. Oh, I'm spotted. That's not good. I mean, we know where the IS-4 is. We know where the rest of the enemy team is. And not only that, but we are winning quite a lot right now. There's the enemy 183, and bonk, 450 damage shell into his tank. Pretty good stuff. Not only that, but our Yo absolutely deletes him. So at this point, we are sitting at a pretty solid amount, and we're going to aim it on the IS-4. Nice heat shell butters right through his tank, and now we are going to push up into this position here. Okay, well, you get the pending shell into me. We're going to aim it on the E3 lower plate, and a nice 450 damage. Now the minnow is going to absolutely touch that E3. He gets 1, he gets 2. I don't care if the E3 shoots me, to be honest. He can, and I really don't give a flying crap, because I want to get out some damage in this game, and the only way to do that is to farm out this IS-4. So we get 1 shell into the IS-4. The minnow screws up his shot. IS-4 actually manages to bounce me, which is pretty sad when you think about it. We just get our track back now. We're going to load in a gold. Oh, man, that's a good example there of my mouse deceleration kind of screwing me. And we lose our driver. How incredible. Well, we are going to get to the side of the IS-4. We're going to get a pen out. And, well, I got tanks on my rear, which is not ideal. But we should be okay. I'm going to aim it on the IS-4 again. Nice pen right into his armor. And what are you going to do? Oh, well, the minnow's going to bounce him, which does not help me much. Now we have a damaged gun as well. Will we outreload the SPB? No, we will not. So we only get a little bit of damage, like 20. But still a fine game. We're up to 3,200 damage. And this has been a more than adequate battle for the IS-4 to really showcase where it feels quite strong now. Because of the DPM, you're never really worried about, getting out damaged by the enemy. And with the mobility, the tank has the opportunity to get in and out of position quickly, and the gun, while I don't love its accuracy, is still pretty good. So that T100 LT is getting some very nice shots out, but looks like it doesn't matter as the Chieftain does get cleared. Okay, well, that T100, I'm not exactly sure what he's going to do. I would have loved to have been able to shoot him, but that's the downside of running dual modules, or should I say dual consumables, because I'm not able to repair my dead driver until it finally came back 40 seconds later, but that was obviously way too late. We ended up blocking 1800 damage that game, and we lost a bunch of credits. Oh no. But a good battle, nonetheless. Top on the team, and we did everything we needed to. We could have farmed a bit more, but honestly, we didn't really get to farm much just because the medium flank won so confidently. If I had been able to bleed out the heavies a bit more, probably could have gotten a bit more damage, but I can't complain. A win's a win, especially when you have a pretty solid team. But yeah, no complaints about the IS-4 in that first game. My eyelash was stuck in my eyeball there, but no complaints. And this is why the vehicle actually feels great now. The ST1 also features the same super speed boost that the IS-4 does. And what that means is that both the ST1 and IS-4 are surprisingly mobile now, and the ST1 is one of my favorite tier 9s in the game. It has 8 degrees of gun depression, ridiculously strong turret armor, solid levels of heat pen, and a pretty good damage per minute for what it is. And the whole line's great. Even the KV4, it has one of the best free-to-play guns because of the 300 millimeters of premium APCR pen it has. It's kind of crazy. Plus, its standard pen is like 280 or... Okay, it's not that high, but it has a lot of standard pen. And because of that, the tank's great. The KV3 is also pretty enjoyable. The whole line is very fun. I think that the IS-4 is a fantastic heavy to grind. It's not for the unskilled players, I should say. Like, I think the bottom 20% of the player base, if you are below 50% win rate, you're not going to do too well in this tank. Because the armor still, as you saw in that last game, was an instant penetration with my IS-4 on his upper plate. And that means you're not going to be able to get away over-aggressing in this tank. If you do, you are going to be taken out very quickly, especially if you're running dual consumables like I am, where you don't have the opportunity to repair your track, then yeah, I think that in a decent player's hands, this vehicle can be incredible, but I think for the average player, maybe stay a little bit away. So finally, we load into our second game here on Yamato. We are up against two pretty good players, and I don't appear to have any on my team, which is unfortunate. Well, we'll see what we can do. Yamato Harbor is a pretty good map for side scraping. It depends which spawn we get, and this is a fine spawn. We got a motion. We got a bunch of heavies. All right, well, let's activate our speed boost, and we are going to head all the way up top. Okay, let's see. VZ 55, Chieftain. All right, all right, all right. Look at this mobility, though. I mean, that is 47, 48 kilometers per hour. It's kind of wild that you can go this fast in an IS-4. And again, like, the level of acceleration it has is so nice. So the question is, will the enemy team go over here? Well, we have the enemy Contra Car 1 Mark II spotted right in front of us, and we get a 420 damaging shell directly into his tank. We're going to activate our adrenaline. We're going to reload again. 3, 2, 1, and bonk. There you go. 378 damage, and just like that, we've already taken a pretty sizable chunk off that enemy player. Oh, there it is, though. There it is. First shell of the game I received, my ammo rack is damaged, and that was 100% from either the Leopard or the WZ-132-1. That's because our Caro has decided to go over here. That sucks. It means basically no matter where I position my tank, I'm going to be in a situation where probably those mediums can bleed me out. But we'll see. We will see. I'm going to move up here, and I'm going to aim it on the enemy 183, because that 183 does need to die. Yep, there it is. And, you know, it's even more fun. We have a damaged gun now for the next 60 seconds, so I literally cannot do anything in this game. That is what happens when you have no support on the medium flank, and your team decides that that's not an important thing to do. So it punishes us, which really sucks, but oh well. The enemy is getting bled out, which is pretty good. We have... Actually, all bleeds around are pretty good from our team. I'm going to move up a bit. We're going to aim it on this VZ side, and here we go. Aiming, aiming... I'm lucky that I hit that. I mean, again, the accuracy that my tank is featuring right now is absolutely horrible, and I don't really have a way to make it better. So I just kind of have to wait here, and we'll see what happens. The concept's going to push up. I still have to wait 18 more seconds to get a better gun, but that doesn't stop us from getting a pretty easy shell into the enemy VZ. Okay, well, we chill here. VZ's going to push up on the concept. He gets one nice shot, but see ya. Well, looks like we didn't need accuracy for that one. We got the clear on him, and the enemy team only has a couple vehicles left. Okay, well, now we activate our speed boost. Oh, we actually got the Chieftain poking. Aiming, and there you go. 525 max roll as well. But look at that. Chieftain cuts right through my upper plate without even hesitation. A fantastic example of this vehicle's armor, again, being rather mediocre in most of the situations that you will be driving it in. He also max rolls me there, which is pretty lame. Can't believe that he actually got that max roll off. Alright, well, we got the Leopard in the back, and I'd love to be able to hit that Leopard. Yeah, 440 shell. Pretty good stuff. That Leopard is now a one-shot. And not only that, but the Chieftain is flexing away. So we get a nice shell into the Chieftain, and we back up again. So we are up to 4,000 damage now. And not only that, but we're doing pretty good. We're holding. We're doing everything we need to. I'm just going to wait here, and I'm not going to give this Chieftain the shell on me. He keeps thinking that I am, but I'm not going to. And then we get the snap into him there, which allows our Foss to roll around the corner, but he does not get the clear yet. Okay. Let's reload, and we're going to wait. Well, we'll see. Okay, he gets the clear, and that gives me the opportunity to aim it on his Chieftain, and an easy shot myself. There you go. You can see how the IS-4 is a great tank, because that whole game was a great example of everything that it has going for it, but it also was a great example of the downsides. I could not repair my broken gunner, or whatever you want to call it, my damaged gun, for 60 seconds. And that did cause my accuracy to be rather unenjoyable. But we still hit our shots because the enemy drove in front of us. 4,700 damage dealt. We earned 30,000 credits and finished top in the team with very little effort. To be honest, I'm not sure why TJ pushed his Chieftain over towards the medium flank. Sure, he did get some shots into our teammates, but at the end of the day, ignoring the heavy flank and flanking around, especially when my whole team made the right play and stuck together and pushed, it worked well. Personally, I still would have liked my medium to have at least spotted up the heavy flank to at least give our team information of what was going there, but our team was smart enough to say, okay, we're getting flanked from behind, let's push, ignore the rear, and get some wins. And that's exactly what we did. So I like the IS-4. I think it's actually a fantastic heavy. It is a vehicle that will be tricky for, the average player to drive, but I think this is a tank 100% worth grinding. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!